Congratulations, another 3 points to go 8 points clear at the top of the table. How happy are you with that performance and the perfect reaction after Thursday?
Very happy. We needed that win, and as I always say, we go to the games as a final, and we did it today.
6 goals for you in your last 6 league games. What a goal today, with your left foot as well. Talk me through that one.
Yeah, it was a good goal. Good pass from B. I don't know if he tried to play to me or someone else, but it was a good pass, and I just gave a touch and a good finish with my weak foot. Good goal.
Did you manage to pick yourself up after the disappointment in the penalty shootout on Thursday? How did you feel going into today's game?
Of course, it's life and it happens. It's not every game that you are going to score, and it's not every game you are going to play well, and it happens. And yeah, of course I was sad. I spent the whole night thinking about that penalty, but it's over. We cannot come back, and today we had a great game, and I scored, and we got the 3 points, the most important thing.
What a season you're having. What a season Bakayo's having. What makes you click? How much do you love playing with him?
A lot. He's a great guy. Not just him, but I think the whole team. We are a family, and Bakayo has been playing so well, and he's a brilliant player, and yeah, I just love to play with him.
The one negative today, obviously, the goal you conceded 5 goals from set pieces in your last 10 games. Is that something that does need to be addressed going forward?
Of course, we will rewatch the game and see what was our mistakes, and we will try to improve for the next games.
6 straight wins now in the league, 10 games to go. Just how tough is it going to be to stop Arsenal now? Is there any stopping Arsenal?
What I can say is that we go to every single game with the hunger to win them and try our best.
But a good feeling?
Yeah, very good feeling.
You know, to coin a phrase, 10 games of the season with an 8-point advantage at the top. That is some statement of intent from the Gunners to Manchester City, of course. So 7 games played in this truncated match week, and this is how they unfolded. On Friday, Alexander Isak scored that injury time penalty for Newcastle to see off Nottingham Forest and keep their top 4 hopes alive. Aston Villa's big win over Bournemouth was their 3rd victory in 4. Leicester ended their 5-game losing run in all competitions with a draw at Brentford. Southampton fighting back from 3-1 down to draw with Spurs, prompting quite an outburst from Spurs boss Antonio Conte. Leeds boosted their survival hopes thanks to only their 2nd away win of the season at Wolves. Everton's Ellis Sims scoring a late equaliser at Chelsea in their bid to stay up, and it finished Arsenal 4. Crystal Palace won at the Emirates. So the relegation battle goes on hold with the bottom 9 clubs separated by just Crystal Palace are there in 27 points from 28 games, just 3 points above the bottom 3. And look at that for Arsenal fans watching all around the world. What a sight that is. An 8-point lead at the top. Even Manu's delighted. 69 points from 28 games played. Manchester City, of course, have got that 1 game in hand on the Gunners. So about it a lot in football, but I suppose this encapsulates Arsenal's mental strength right now. There's an individual who missed a penalty, a crucial one, in a competition they wanted to win in midweek, but bounces back with a goal, and as if it never happened.
No, and on top of it, as I said, it's probably one of the youngest teams in the Premier League, so they handle the pressure so perfectly, and I can assure that they will do that until the end of the season. I'm not one of them that was saying actually that they will fail under the pressure. I'm pretty sure they will handle it.
Yeah. Well, let's have a look at that first goal, scored by Gabriel Martinelli. It was the quick nature with which he took it, right, that I suppose almost caught the goalkeeper unawares.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the finish was unbelievable. We'll have a look at the build-up play in a moment, but the finish was beautiful. I love the way he takes 2 quick touches in succession, and he's almost at full speed or within 2 or 3 strides. He's a very quick player, very explosive, and then a left-foot finish was a beauty as well. And as I say, we'll have a little bit a look at it in a little bit more detail, Manish. Crystal Palace will be disappointed because they gave the ball away twice in the build-up, but I thought this one in particular was probably the worst part here, Manu.
Yes.
Zaha, he needs to be coming towards the ball.
Of course, he needs to show more character on the ball, you know, try to protect the ball because they're under pressure. I think we can see, you know, the perfect pressing from the Gunners. And then all of a sudden, he doesn't come back, you know, to help his teammates. But he's not the only responsible on this action.
Talk to me about the left back here, Mitchell.
Wrong position. He should have been inside instead of outside.
Forcing the ball wide, away from danger. Yeah. And he lets that ball go inside, Manish, for an easy enough cross in the end for Saka. And, well, let's just admire the finish one more time. Right foot, and bang.
Perfect touches, you know.
Yeah.
The first one, the control is perfect, but then he's so powerful on his feet. And he makes the difference by his run. And he crossed the ball and he did it perfectly.
It's his 13th goal of the season. I remember not that long ago, you had a few words to say about Arteta and his use of Martinelli.
Yes.
But he's getting the most out of the Brazilian right now.
As a striker, you know that. You need to score goals or give assists. This is the most important. You've been judged on this, you know. And this is probably what was missing at the beginning because he's a young player. It's not easy, you know, to start in a big club like Arsenal. And step by steps, you know, he kept confident from his partners and the manager. And now he's developing himself such as a great left winger.
You a big fan of his?
Yes,
love him.
Totally.
I was also talking to Mike.
Yeah, I really do. His pace. I think the wide players for Arsenal are a huge asset to this team. They play high, they play wide. We spoke about it before the game. It's a little bit like Pep Guardiola. I'm sure Mikel Arteta has learned a thing or two from him, and we'll see on some of the other goals the way they utilise those wide players.
Yeah. Arsenal's second came from Bukayo Saka. He reached a milestone in this game. We'll come to that in a second. But it's the way he took it after really impressive, patient build-up from Arsenal.
Yes, again, yeah. Again, yeah.
Yeah, it was impressive. It was patient. We've grown used to Arsenal being patient in front of goal, I think. They're not a team that have lots of shots from 30 yards out. They tend to like to build up the play. Again, Crystal Palace will be kicking themselves in terms of being able to prevent the goal. And again, we'll have a look at it in a little bit more detail here. And as you say, Manish, the build-up is patient, it's good. But then all of a sudden they inject that bit of pace, Manu.
Yeah, well, I said it before, you know. I love the way they play in small spaces, you know. It doesn't matter how many opponents you have in the penalty area, you know. They control the game, good rhythm, good movements, and technically as well, it's perfect. So it's quite very difficult, you know, to defend against that kind of players.
This is the person at fault, you feel?
He's not the only one. Again, I don't want to blame him for the results, but he was part. Look at that. He's not concerned anymore about. But you are a striker, so you know what I mean. You're not concerned about defending, so you can see that on this action.
No, I'm quite impressed that he got in that position. I wouldn't have been in that.
There is no competition as well in the central because there were so many Crystal Palace players and no one was reading the action. No one was compensating, you know, in the middle.
Yeah. By the way, one thing about Saka, his partnership with Ben White today was particularly impressive.
Yeah, it was very good. That combination play on that right-hand side, Ben White and Saka, is a very important one for Arsenal. White gets forward, links play a lot of the time with him. He's got the pace as well to get back. And there was a lovely incident as well later on in the game when he put a tackle in, and all of a sudden he was celebrating that as well. So I feel as he's a bit of an underrated player at the moment for Arsenal.
Yeah, and Manu, the first Premier League player, Bukayo Saka, to reach double figures in goals and assists this season.
He's still improving, this guy. He shows so much character, especially after the, I think, was it after the European tournament or the World Cup where he received so much criticism? And he's so young again, and he's acting like a mature, experienced guy, you know. And he scored how many goals, how many assists again this season. So I don't see any barriers, you know, anything that can stop him, you know, being one of the most prolific and wonderful player, you know, in the world.
Yeah, 12 and 10 assists and goals to his name. And talking of the 21-year-old, I am delighted to say we're joined by Bukayo Saka now pitch side. We've got Emmanuel Petit and Michael Owen with me here in the studio. First of all, many congratulations on the win today. And what a way to go into the international break 8 clear at the top.
Yeah. Pleasure to speak to you guys. And yeah, thank you for congratulating us. We're really happy. You know, we've won 5 games in a row now, which is very difficult to do in this league. So yeah, we're really happy, especially with today. So
it seems like Arsenal are purring again, particularly of late. We saw that 45-minute display against Fulham, and across the 90 today. it's almost as if the break comes at the wrong time. What do you think?
Well, no, I couldn't really say the break come at the wrong time or the right time, you know, because, you know, we're all going to our international countries and we're going to give our best because we've got some important games there. But I understand what you're saying. You know, we've built some good momentum and, you know, we're winning games, playing really well. So, yeah.
Bukayo, it's Michael Owen here. Well played again today. I just wanted to pick your brains on that combination play that you've got down that right-hand side, because Ben White and yourself today seem to have so many intricate passing, so many phases of play together. It looks like you've got a real good thing going down that right-hand side.
Yeah, thank you. I believe we do. Ben White was incredible today, and he's been incredible all season, and we're building a great partnership, me, him and Martin on that right side. Of course, I'm not going to tell you the secrets, you know, what we work on in the training ground, but yeah, I'm enjoying playing with them.
Hi, Bukayo, it's Emmanuel Petit. I just have one question, because you're playing game after game since the beginning of the season, all of you. Do you feel able to keep on doing what we're doing until the end? Because I can feel sometimes the tiredness.
Yeah, of course, you know, we're humans, we get tired, and it's difficult sometimes, but, you know, the prize at the end is definitely worth, you know, giving everything, giving all our energy. And, you know, today, you know, sometimes you can feel and see, like you said, the tiredness in our bodies. Like the other night we played 120 minutes and we have to come again 2 days later and play here. But, you know, we have the belief and we have the desire that, you know, we want to do this year, and yeah, nothing can stop us, especially not us being tired.
Good luck.
Bukayo, we just mentioned how you're the first Premier League player to hit double figures in assists and goals. If you don't mind, we're going to go through both your goals today. First of all, the one for 2-0, cutting in with a left-footed finish, which will come as a novelty to yourself, but took it like a true pro.
Yeah, I think before that I hadn't really had a shot on target and I was quite frustrated with myself, so I just wanted to get a shot away, and yeah, that first one, I managed to do that and it was on target, it went in. The second one was a nice finish. I think that was a better goal. Managed to keep it down, so yeah, I'm happy with both the goals and happy to help my team win the game.
How happy are you with your season so far? I mean, you must be anything, you know, delighted springs to mind. How are you feeling?
To be fair,
You're allowed to big yourself up for one.
No. At the end of the season, you know, if it makes a difference, you know, and helps my team get over the line, then yeah, I'll be very happy. But, you know, I don't want it to all be for nothing. So yeah, I feel like we're playing well, the team's playing well, and we just want to continue like this.
And talk to us about the belief in the title race. How significant is this 8-point lead at the top over Manchester City?
Yeah, it is very significant. We know who they're playing next. We're not going to pretend that we don't know. So we know it's a tough game for them. And yeah, but at the same time, we're really focused on ourselves. We've got 10 finals to go. We're out of every other competition. It's only the Premier League. So yeah, that's the way we're treating it. 10 finals, every game. We prepare our best and we give everything on the pitch. And yeah, we see where that takes us.
You players surely must be talking about the title in the dressing room.
Well, everyone's talking about it everywhere we go, so we just have to stay focused and, yeah, try and just focus each game by game.
Brilliant stuff. Listen, enjoy the 2-week break. Of course, you know, you've got England duties to pick up on, but when you resume, all the very best between then and the end of May. Great to talk to you.
Thank you. Great to talk to you as well.
Brilliant. Arsenal's wonderful youngster, Bukayo Saka, who, you know, it always stuns me, really. He comes across very different to the type of player he is on the pitch.
He's so humble. He looks so shy, you know, outside the pitch, but so explosive and so mature on the pitch. So it's a different world when you see him on and off the pitch. But for me, I think we all agree, I'm a big fan of him. I'm a big fan of him.
Yeah.
How good has he been in the context of the other Premier League sides this year? Apart from a certain number 9 at Manchester City, would he be in the conversation for Player of the Year?
100% in the conversation, yeah. I mean, it looks like Haaland, that number 9 that you were talking about, is going to break virtually every record that's ever been set in terms of goal scoring in the Premier League this season. But when you're talking about having a conversation of other players, then Saka's definitely right up there.
Yeah. OK, from Saka to Xhaka, let's have a look at the goal that essentially sealed this contest from Arsenal's